They spent $300+ million after film tax credits, probably 400 million gross, to make what sounds like one of those old ABC after school specials.
Yeah.
It's just so tacky.
Renegade Online.
I found it interesting that on X this morning, Disney started really pounding the Lilo and Stitch advertisements. I mean, 4 in a row within the span of like 2 hours. They really, let me see if I can find it real quick. I have it here on my main page. Check this out. If you didn't see this, this was all from this morning.
Oh, yeah, they're doing the old Stitch campaign from
right
when the movie first came out.
They were running this hard this morning. But if you look at, see 126,000 views on that, 150,000 views on this one, and that was just a few minutes later.
Right.
Then, a few minutes later, 64,000. A few minutes later, 18,000. So this one had only been out 12 minutes when I screenshot it. All 4 of them. The Snow White video clip that they had put out earlier in the morning, an hour or 2 before all of these, at that point only had about 29,000 engagements.
Yeah. Here's an interesting
which is
thought.
Weird.
Do you think there is excitement to see the Stitch trailer in front of Snow White when you go to the theater?
Are they running the full Stitch trailer?
I'm pretty sure they will.
Okay. That would make sense.
It's a no-brainer that Disney wants that trailer in theaters, and they're going to put it in front of Snow White.
Yeah, I mean, that could be. I mean, I don't know if people are running out to see Snow White to go see the trailer for Stitch and pay $17, $18 a ticket. I mean, I know they used to do that for big Marvel things, like when they knew the big trailer for the next Marvel movie was going to hit. Yeah, people would show up, go see a movie they didn't care about just to catch that trailer at the beginning.
Big comparison here is this is decidedly a princess movie. It's for girls. It's for girls. Frozen is probably the last one that fits that category where it's primarily girls who are going to see it. This movie is definitely a lesser version of Frozen. The song's not as good. It's what it has going for it is a familiar story and characters. And so, it'll be interesting to see, I think the girl audience, the market share, Disney really has a hold on that, and I think they'll succeed in that realm. And you got the cute animals that appear constantly throughout this movie.
I think you're right. See, the thing is, though, for big long-term success, there has to be, with all those movies like Inside Out 2, and with Moana 2, and Barbie, there's a lot of repeat business going on there.
That's a big question here.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look at Wicked. Wicked topped out at, what was it, 600? I think it finished shy of 700 or right around 700. This clearly doesn't rise to the level of Wicked in terms of popularity, number one. And number two, like I said, I think that the story being so radically different from what maybe a lot of kids and parents are going to think it is, it seems like it's much more tilted towards the, powerful, independent female hero. I mean, I joked, and I don't know if you can tell me, but I mean, I even joked last night. It would not at all surprise me, based on that clip Disney put out. She was like, I want to fight alongside you. I've said, if she starts turning into Wonder Woman and kicking the crap out of dudes in this movie, I'm going to laugh out loud in the scene.
You don't have to worry about that.
Okay, good.
She like Captain Falcon, she wins through empathy. Here's in terms of repeat value. That's why I'm saying this movie is definitely for the single-digit kid set. Sophisticated kids who want sophisticated stories are not going to get it here. But to see a cute girl with cute songs and a hell of a lot of cute animals, I think Dopey, as much as I didn't like the character here, I think it'll appeal. I think there is a good chance that you're going to find repeat value. The problem is you're not going to find strong repeat value in this movie that you got with Frozen, that you got with Encanto. It just doesn't exist with this movie.
It doesn't seem like it does. And, Frozen was built from the ground up as a modern Broadway musical. Snow White isn't. They've tried to and I've listened to the soundtrack, or at least a number of things in there, and it's pretty awful. Stuff like this. This is the clip that Disney put out there. It's all over X. This was just I watched this and I said, what am I looking at? The dialogue here is just, it's so clunky.
My name's Jonathan, Princess. Not Jonathan, Princess. Just Jonathan.
Yeah.
Princess.
That was awful.
What?
That was awful.
I look, they spent $300+ million after film tax credits, probably 400 million gross, to make what sounds like one of those old ABC after school specials.
Yeah.
It's just so tacky.
Yeah, as a comedian, he didn't set up the first line well. With Jonathan Princess, it just passed by you as something normal, and then he goes on this little weird rant. The other thing that you'll enjoy is the conversation of why Happy is named Happy, why Dopey is named Dopey, why Grumpy is named Grumpy. There is a segment that goes into that, or a discussion that goes into that. I joke that the one thing this movie has that the original Walt Disney movie didn't have was exposition. There's a lot of exposition. How Snow White became Snow White is stupid. There's a point where this is in the first 5 minutes of the movie where it's Snow White, young Snow White with the king and the queen. They're standing looking at the reflection of themselves in the wishing well. And the narrator says, and then the queen died. And then the queen vanishes from that reflection. That's how they handle Snow White's mother's death.
And they're doing this in live action, and you could have done. It didn't have to be like a gory, graphic death from Saw 3, but my God, yeah,
it gets worse. I mean, there were moments of, you can stop talking. We get it. There are times where I'm thinking to myself, why did you need that line? Why does that line exist? You could have cut it because we get it. We understand it. We're not stupid.
I've been saying that I don't care what happens after this. This is what will define Rachel Zegler's Snow White for the rest of time. I mean, they joked about the haircut long before this outfit was ever put on her and anybody ever saw this. And they had that picture of Lord Farquaad, and then Disney, it's like they just played into the meme. I mean, I don't think deliberately, but it's kind of hard not to laugh at it anyway. So.
Make sure you're subscribed to Valiant Renegade and join us every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern for the live show.